Grab moves MP Tin Pei Ling to corporate development role after debate over conflict of interest. Singapore, Member of Parliament Tin Pei Ling will move to a corporate development role at Grab Singapore, following public debate over her initial appointment as the company's Director of Public Affairs and Policy. Grab Singapore announced the move on Friday, February 10, saying Ms. Tin will not represent the company in public policy discussions with Singapore government officials in her new role. In a statement, the People's Action Party, PAP, said Ms. Tin informed the party in September 2022 that she would be taking up the earlier role at Grab and the nature of the job. The party noted this and did not object, said the PAP. Following public comments about her initial Grab appointment, which made the news earlier in February, the PAP said it discussed the matter with Ms. Tin again to understand better the scope of her duties.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.
News earlier in February, the PAP said it discussed the matter with Ms. Tin again to understand better the scope of her duties. It then became clear to the party that she would be expected to engage regularly with government ministries and agencies on public policy issues on behalf of Grab, said the PAP. While she would make it clear that she was engaging in her private capacity and not as a PAP MP, there could still be challenges in carrying out these responsibilities, especially under the current circumstances. Grab addresses potential conflict of interest. Grab Singapore noted on Friday that Ms. Tin's initial appointment has generated significant discourse in recent days. Conflicts of interest in any setting warrant robust discussion and we appreciate this feedback, the company said, adding that much thought and care had been given to address any potential conflicts of interest when Ms. Tin was hired. We had worked closely with her months in advance to ensure her hiring and the scope of her expected responsibilities are in line with the rules governing her duties and conduct as an MP, Grab said. We also established rules of engagement where Pei Ling should not be advocating for Grab's interest in her capacity as an MP, and correspondingly, she should also not be advocating for her constituency and party in her work within Grab. Ms. Tin was elected to Parliament in 2011 and is currently the MP for Macpherson SMC. She is also the chairperson of the Government Parliamentary Committee, GPC, for Communications and Information, as well as a member of the GPC for Culture, Community and Youth /. Addressing the concerns about conflict of interest, Grab said, the discourse has led us to pause and reflect on how we can create an environment where Pei Ling can serve effectively in both her roles as an MP as well as representing Grab. We acknowledge that this is difficult if the intent behind every action or position she takes in the future is doubted or called into question. Best to move. Ms. Tin said in a Facebook post on Friday that it would be best for her to move into a role that did not involve any government relations in Singapore. I understand and have long come to accept the public scrutiny that comes with being an MP. But I would never want it to hinder my ability to serve my constituents well as MP, or to do my job at Grab effectively, she said. And this would be the case if my intentions and actions in the future are always called into doubt, whether justified or not. She had also written a LinkedIn post on February 2, stating that there is a clear and mutual understanding that my role as a parliamentarian is distinct from my role at Grab. I am absolutely clear that when I am discharging my duties in my capacity as a member of parliament, my constituents and Singapore come first. When I am working on behalf of Grab, I will have to ensure that Grab's interests are safeguarded, she said then. As to which capacity I represent at any time, I will be transparent and above board. PAP Rules of Prudence. The PAP said it wishes Ms. Tin success in her latest role at Grab. It noted that most PAP backbench MPs have private careers, as this keeps them in touch with our economy and society and enables able and committed people from many professions and walks of life to serve as MPs, raising the quality of MPs in Parliament. However, it is essential that MPs rigorously separate their public role as MPs from their professional and commercial interests in their private careers, said the PAP. It added that under the party's rules of prudence, MPs are expected to conduct themselves in their duties and responsibilities with utmost propriety, to uphold the reputation of the party and the integrity of the Singapore system. While performing their MP duties, they are expected to declare potential conflicts of interest and recuse themselves as appropriate from decisions, discussions, and positions where there is a risk of such a conflict arising, the PAP said. Before joining Grab, Ms. Tin served as the Chief Executive Officer at Business China, a Singapore non-profit organization cultivating Singapore-China relationships, since May 2018. She left the role in December 2022 but remains a board member. Grab's announcement of her shift in job roles comes more than a week after her initial appointment made the news. She had attended Grab's Chinese New Year appreciation lunch for driver and delivery partners on February 1 in her capacity as Director of Public Affairs and Policy. The company said it came to a mutual agreement with Ms. Tin on her revised role after discussions on her career aspirations and evaluating her experience against relevant open roles. Her duties will include realizing synergies across our investments and acquisitions, as well as supporting strategy development, it added. She will be expected to continue abiding by the rules of engagement we have put in place to declare and avoid any possible conflicts of interest, and operate in the same manner as other MPs holding private sector roles. 24newsread.blogspot.com has asked Grab if Ms. Tin's corporate development role was newly created and if the company is looking to hire a new Director of Public Affairs and Policy. On her revised role after discussions on her career aspirations and evaluating her experience against relevant open roles. Her duties will include realizing synergies across our investments and acquisitions, as well as supporting strategy development, it added. She will be expected to continue abiding by the rules of engagement we have put in place to declare and avoid any possible conflicts of interest, and operate in the same manner as other MPs holding private sector roles. 24newsread.blogspot.com has asked Grab if Ms. Tin's corporate development role was newly created and if the company is looking to hire a new Director of Public Affairs and Policy. And if the company is looking to hire a new Director of Public Affairs and Policy.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.